Brittney Griner, who is back on U.S. soil, a long day of travel, ended early Friday morning when this private jet landed in San Antonio. And she is there now getting a debriefing on a military base.
Right. Government wants to know the conditions she was held under, how she was treated.
Make sure she's okay. I believe they said she's going to be going through there'll be a medical evaluation as well, just to make sure that she is okay. Also happening, so she's there going through that, and eventually the hope is that, you know, this doesn't take too long and that she can get home. And,
It's been 295 days, Charles, where she was away from home.
And I'm sure her wife Cheryl is waiting for them to be reunited. But there's also more video coming out now from Russia that is showing a little bit of what she was, the conditions that she was in this prison where she was, the penal colony. We had told, look, it's a labor camp, and that they were, you know, this is where the inmates are put to work. It's interesting that this video is being released now, and it's coming from state-controlled TV in Russia. So as much as you're seeing, I would caution a bit.
This is what they're allowing us to see.
This is what they want you to see.
Her attorney actually came out this week and said that all things considered, she had a decent time there, considering that things could be much, much worse. They said she didn't really have a lot of complaints. Now, the one thing that her attorney did reveal was she had to cut her hair within the last 2 weeks because, quite simply, it was freezing there. You recall, Brittney's had long hair for years, almost decades at this point, and just 2 Sundays ago, she cut it all off. And the attorney said it's due to because every time she would take a shower in the prison, her hair would literally freeze and she would catch a chill. So she cut it all off, and if you see in these videos, she doesn't look like herself anymore. It's a very different look from Brittney Griner. So, but again, the attorney said she wasn't forced to do it or anything like that. And like I said, all things considered, it could have been much, much worse. And they're happy, I guess, with how she was treated.
All right, it's Mike Turner out of Atlanta, Georgia. I mean, the fact that she had to cut her hair due to the conditions are just, that's a tragedy. But I'm just glad that she's back home, back with her family and friends. I just pray for her mental healing on this journey towards recovery. And, just glad she's back home. That's about it.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Glad she is home. And obviously, still more work to be done by administration.
I see a lot of people blaming her, though. It's not
on her.
She should be happy. Her family should be happy that she's home. It's not her fault that
they should
Paul
be allowed
Williams
to
not
be
here.
happy.
We all want Paul home as well.
Right. By the way, when this all started, when Brittney was going over to Russia to play basketball, because WNBA players really don't make a lot. They make a lot more playing overseas. But it's interesting that now this happened with her. You may see a lot of players who don't want to go, certainly not in Russia.
I talked to a player yesterday, Star, friends with Brittney. She said in 1 month in Russia, she makes what she makes in an entire year in the WNBA. So that's the motivation for them to go over there. But
so that particular player, Angel
McCoughtry, former #1 overall pick.
Here's a little bit of what she said about traveling to Russia or not.
What happens now with basketball in Russia?
I mean, it's tough on us because Russia was one of the places where we made the most money. I was making my WNBA salary in 1 month in Russia, my whole salary. So I think, girls are going to go elsewhere and play, probably. We still have Spain and Istanbul, Turkey, different places. But it definitely takes a toll on our game because Russia, that was the place that had a lot of money for women to play. So it definitely hurts our game, but hopefully we can continue to advocate here that we can split the 50% revenue with the WNBA and get paid like we need to.
Right, not somewhere you would go back now, I would imagine, right?
No, I would not go back. I would not go back. At this point, no.
You can't blame her at all. I will tell you this. Look, WNBA players don't make a lot. I will say they're going to have huge ratings the first time Brittney Griner steps on a court.
I bet you it's the most watched WNBA game ever. I would say.
Easily, I would think.